Hello. Today I'd like to introduce the book Richer, Wiser, Happier by the economic columnist William Green, who interviewed more than 40 legendary investors and put all the wisdom that he found within this book. This wisdom can be divided into 8 chapters, each with a lesson that we should all keep in mind. In this presentation, in this video, I will be introducing you to the first 4. These are lessons that every investor needs to know. The first one is that we should always copy and reproduce what has already worked. And the person that embodies this principle is Mohnish Pabrai. Pabrai boasts that everything he knows, every thought of his, is essentially a mimicry of someone else. This mimicry extends to many investors, but he himself says that he learned the most from Warren Buffett. Enough to say that Pabrai was someone who perfectly copied Warren Buffett. Pabrai thinks that we shouldn't put too much emphasis on creating our own ways or creating our own styles. Rather, we should feel no embarrassment or shame in copying what already works. Defeating one's ego and throwing it away is a proven method in garnering results in investing. The second lesson that we should know is that in order to succeed in investing, we must think as independent thinkers, i.e., we shouldn't think as the masses do or as the herd mentality does. Rather, we should never be afraid of being unique in our thinking. And the investor that embodies this is John Templeton. He was brave enough in order to invest in one of the scariest times to invest during the world wars. It is human nature to follow herd mentality, to find safety in numbers. However, this basic human instinct is terrible in the stock market. In contrast, Templeton, during World War II, when everyone agreed that it was simply too dangerous of a time to invest, instead he decided to invest in every single stock, much like an index fund, during this time period, and in doing so, produce amazing results, amazing returns over a course of a decade. The third thing we have to know is that most everything is in a state of flux, i.e., everything changes. Most people believe that today will be the same as tomorrow and tomorrow will be a copy of today. However, that is definitely not the case. Investing, much like this worldly principle, takes place in the stock market, in which every single day is different from the next. Therefore, the successful investor always takes this into account. The Oak Tree Management's Howard Marks knew of this principle and believed that nothing was eternal. Therefore, he put this kind of method into his investing strategies. The best thing he believed that we could do was continue to doubt. In order to doubt everything and believe that everything can change, in doing so, he garnered insight into the future. The fourth principle is that we should never hurry, we should never jump to conclusions. People, when they see new trends and new fashion, they're quick to jump on the bandwagon. Most people think that when they see a new stock that's hot in demand, they feel the need to buy it immediately because in doing so, they might lose the opportunity to buy it later. However, there's a good chance that this could be the next some trendy thing that might fall off in a few weeks or so. Rather, we should instead opt for investing categories such as Colgate, boring, but Colgate is very good at what they do, and since the since the moat or the effort it takes to become a competitor is so high, Colgate does have a very, very high barrier to entry. These kind of categories should be the staple of anyone's long-term portfolio. Other than these, the book delves into many other lessons that are definitely worth getting into. In essence, in order to succeed in investing and succeed in the investing world, we should always have our own style. People who are very into personal development probably have read a lot about investing and about the history or about the theory behind it. However, this book, in contrast, delves into the actual lives, the life patterns, and the habits of the really successful investors. That's what makes this book so much more impactful, in my opinion. In order to develop your own style, it is imperative to know what came before. However, what really opened my eyes is the fact that everyone has their own style, that investing is a very creative process. Some people copy others, some people just inverse herd mentality. Some people take cosmic principles such as everything is a state of flux and adds them into their portfolio strategy. These kind of things require that much creativity. In contrast with the other book that I reviewed last week, The 4 Pillars of Investing, the 4 pillars insisted that we should stick to the basics. Index funds, a good, well-diversified portfolio. Since we can't ever beat the market, instead we should ride the market. This was the focus of that book. However, this book instead delves into the outliers about how other people used differing strategies to gain uneven returns. While the most people probably should offer the index fund strategy in a well-diversified portfolio, in essence, if you really want true success in the stock market, I do believe some concentration and an investing principle is necessary. I also really after reading this book, I also wanted to create my own portfolio philosophy. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day.